Furthermore, we have increased the proportion of district assemblies common fund transferred directly to our MMDAs, providing them with greater resources. Mr. MC, thank you for the introduction you have given free of charge. Mr. Chairman, Professor Ahoy, Ministers of State, Heads of Civil Service and Local Government Service, Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives, our traditional leaders and religious leaders too, development partners, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media, all of us, good morning.
Good morning.
Before I go on to my comments, I want to express my happiness at the exhibition that has been given out. And I want to urge all of us to go and visit the display. I think it is telling us how hard everybody is working. And we should be very, very proud of what we've done so far and resolve to do even more. Well done. Yes, I'm impressed by the exhibition, which shows the tangibles. I want to suggest that we also add the intangibles. We can show the data in terms of jobs created, region by region. I think that will also help to tell our story. We can also show tourist sites that are available. We can show what is available in agriculture in all the sectors. I think that will also be interesting. Even equipment supplied, even human capital developed, training, recruitment, so many things. And beyond the physical exhibition, we can also show this data in film, in electronic media, in all kinds of ways, so that we all come up to speed about the excellent work you've been doing, so we can appreciate you even more. So I want to begin by applauding all of you for everything that you have done. Well done. So I'm pleased to join all of you for the second National Dialogue on Decentralization and Responsive Governance. His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, sends his greetings to all of you. You don't acknowledge his greetings. This dialogue is timely, not least because the continent is also commemorating the Africa Day on Decentralization and Local Governance, as you have heard. This is an opportunity to reflect on the progress Africa has made towards democratic decentralization and to responsive, accountable, and effective local governance. Today, we renew our resolve to ensure that decentralization remains true to its purpose, which is bringing government closer to the people and bringing progress closer to their doorsteps. Since the adoption of the 1992 Constitution, successive Ghanaian governments have worked steadily to translate the constitutional promise of decentralization into strong institutions and functioning systems that serve our citizens through our metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies. Through the efforts of government institutions, parliament, district assemblies, development partners, traditional authorities, academia, civil society, and countless other stakeholders, we have developed the National Decentralization Policy and Strategic Framework 2026 to 2030, which is a roadmap for the next phase of our reforms. The policy sets out to deepen decentralization, strengthen local governance institutions, improve public service delivery, and accelerate development at the local level. It recognizes that the future of decentralization depends on empowered institutions, meaningful citizen participation, and genuine partnership across the entire governance system. I therefore call upon all stakeholders and every citizen of this country to support this policy. That support can take the form of technical assistance, capacity development, financing, advocacy, innovation, and above all, active participation. Ladies and gentlemen, our resolve to deepen decentralization is reinforced by government position paper on constitutional review recommendations. The position paper sets out the intention to pursue reforms to strengthen local governance, enhance accountability, and enforce the democratic legitimacy of local governments. Government recognizes what must now have to be done. That is, consolidating our decentralization architecture, clarifying the roles and responsibilities of local government institutions, strengthening the capacity and effectiveness of our MMDAs, improving coordination between central and local governments, and building governance systems that respond in real time to the needs of our citizens. Beyond these reforms, the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has begun to act. First, we have re-energized the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization as an effective platform for coordinated national reform. Furthermore, we have increased the proportion of district assemblies common fund transferred directly to our MMDAs, providing them with greater resources for local development. We are also advancing the policy and legislative work required to deepen functional devolution, particularly in education, health, and roads. Distinguished guests, government action alone will not be enough. Allow me thus to turn to an issue that demands our urgent and collective attention, which is environmental and sanitation, environmental health and sanitation. The recent flooding in several parts of our major cities is a sober reminder of the consequences of weaknesses in waste management, sanitation practices, and the enforcement of environmental standards. The floods underscored the need for stronger local leadership, greater accountability, and sustained citizen participation. Government is therefore prioritizing environmental health and sanitation in local governance. The proposed District Environment, Health and Sanitation Department of the NDPS will restore operational responsibility for environmental health and sanitation to our MMDAs. The aim is to strengthen local accountability for one of the most visible and vital public services delivered at the community level. As our part of Clean Up Ghana campaign, we are intensifying monthly cleanup exercises. However, this cannot remain a monthly event. Cleanliness must become a daily discipline. To reinforce this commitment, sanitation performance is now a key performance indicator for metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives. Yeah, I know you didn't clap very loud, but assemblies will be expected to demonstrate measurable improvement in cleanliness and waste management. We can all help to make this possible, or we don't want to do that. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on the theme for this year's dialogue, let us remember that this is exercise ultimately aimed for the Ghanaian citizen. Our aim is a Ghana where local institutions have the confidence, the capacity, and the resources to respond to local needs, and where communities are active partners in shaping development. I commend the Secretariat of the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization for providing this platform. Working together, we can take an important step forward towards accountable public service delivery, stronger local economies, and accelerated local development. On these few notes, I officially declare open the second National Dialogue on Decentralization and Responsive Governance. I want to thank you for your kind attention.